Oh, good evening. Hi, guys. My name is TV. Sorry, you caught me just turning my phone on mute. How are we all? It is Tuesday evening, and yeah, we're back on Messi Watch as we would, and we've got a couple of guests here today. We've not been on for a while. One of them hasn't been on for a while, and one has not been on for a week. So we've got Tom, who is on. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm okay. Obviously, as you know, guys know, I lost my granddad on Thursday, so I was sad. But you just have to continue on, and I'll do him proud on his funeral on next Wednesday. So yeah, it's good to be back on with you guys as well.
Good, and yeah, mate, condolences to you and your family. Thoughts and
Thank you.
prayers of you guy. Alan, all the way from Australia. How are you, buddy?
Hi Martin, how are you? All good here. Obviously still in lockdown, and the lockdown will continue for another fortnight now, and we've nearly brought the back of it. So hopefully we're down to about 60 cases now, so which is good.
Good. Right, you may see Alan will go on some mute every now and again. He's got a little bit of a buzz coming, so we're going to put him on mute when he's not speaking. The best way to have Alan, I always like to think, put him on mute, and then he talks more sense. So, wow, there's over 220 on already. Wow. Right, Messi, here we go. This is what we know so far. Has there been a breakthrough? No. There are reports and there are rumours out there right now. There is Duncan Castles, our good old friend of the channel and the club, loves Man City as he does, has come out and said that Manchester City have agreed the biggest ever contract for a world footballer in the history of the game. 700 million euros per year. It's just bonkers. No, sorry, not per year, over 4 years. Now, what it's going to be is, the way he's broke it down is, Messi is going to play for Manchester City for 3 years, and then for the remaining 2 years of his contract, he's going to go over to our sister club, New York City. Those are the reports, and he's going to get a huge signing on bonuses. Now, there are also talk of equity shares for Lionel Messi if he comes into the club. This is only rumours, but Duncan Castles has come out this evening and said Manchester City have agreed personal terms with Lionel Messi. We know his father, Jorge Messi, he's on his way. For anyone who likes to do some plane tracking, he's currently over Brazil, making his way over to Barcelona for his meeting tomorrow with Barcelona president Bartomeu. I always never know how to pronounce that. But tomorrow's D-Day for the meeting. So, but as the title does say, has Messi been betrayed? And the reason I say that, before I bring this in, presidential candidate, and I have to just get his name for you now. I did have it written down. I did have it all written down for you. Where is I had it in front of me, and then I decided Victor Font has basically said Messi had an agreement with the Barcelona board to leave this summer. And apparently, according to Victor Font, Barcelona have gone back on their word and said he isn't going anywhere. So this was on Sky Sports News this afternoon as well. There was interviews with Victor, with the presidential candidate, all about it. So, Tom, Duncan Castles, betrayment, where are you at with this Lionel Messi situation?
Well, obviously, I'm a bit delayed to the party. I don't know really how it's a dreamland, Lionel Messi being linked with City, obviously, is a dream. it's interesting because it changes every day. There's always something that changes in it. It's like it's weird because 1 minute they said, oh, he's completely going, and then Barcelona retracting from what they've said. But then on the other hand, Messi hadn't turned up for his coronavirus test. He hadn't turned up for the training session, and it's like, is it actually going to get to a point where he's going to not want to play for them and he can't move because nobody can agree? Obviously, because of all this financial stuff with the wage and the transfer budget, the transfer sum. Sorry, it's one of them. You really, it could get to a point where he can't actually go anywhere because nobody can actually physically, afford 700 million or however much it is. But yeah. There's all these people like Duncan Castles and all these sort of people, Victor Font and stuff like that. It's interesting, and it's no different to any other transfer rumor. It's just because it's Lionel Messi, it's a little bit bigger, well, much bigger. So it's interesting to see how the next few days, weeks are going to plan, because obviously the season's starting in 20 days for us. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen, because it'll get to a point, if we're only having him for a season, they'll want to actually get him in as soon as possible, because he'll obviously be going off to New York City, so they wanted to have a decent stint with him. So if anything does happen massively, it will hopefully be in the next week or so he can obviously fly over, get quarantined, and be able to play maybe the second game back.
Okay, Alan.
Well, I think we're in a similar stage to where we were a few days to go. We've agreed personal terms with him, which is fantastic. But it's all left down now to his father having a conversation with Barcelona and the lawyers getting involved to see if we can get him. I think that's not. Reportedly, yeah. But I've read, I think more or less nearly all the British media outlets last night, and every single one of them came out with different conclusion and a different story. So you never know what to believe and what's right and what's not right in the British media. We'll just have to see how it plays out. And at the moment, there's nothing we can do until his father sits down with them and the lawyers sit down with them and find out whether we can get him for free or not. The one thing for sure is that Barcelona have done this, and the Liga have done this about saying he can't go anywhere. Before, when Neymar wanted to leave Barcelona, if you remember, they went through the same process, and the Liga came out and backed Barcelona, which is fair enough. People have got to understand, if you take away the individuals concerned and City and concerned, the Liga don't want their biggest marketable player to leave the league for TV rights. They are heading into negotiations with the Spanish TV for TV rights for the La Liga. So if suddenly Neymar's gone, Ronaldo's gone, and possibly Messi has gone, that price is going to come down. So clearly La Liga don't want this to happen. Obviously Barcelona don't want it to happen, but if the player doesn't want to play for you, we both know what happens there with the Sane thing. Eventually that person leaves. But it depends on, I don't think there's no club in Europe or in the world that could afford 624 million pounds to let him walk out the door, and then you put your wages on top. There's no club in the world can afford that. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens, and just sit back and watch.
I was going to bring in a couple of comments. Ruben Toblonder, one of our mods on the channel, evening buddy. Messi's father still in Argentina. He's actually not. Messi's father is in the air as we speak. That has been confirmed, because there are people, believe it or not, watching his plane. He is literally in the air right now, and people are watching. There was photos of him 2 hours ago boarding the flight. That's how we know he was boarding the flight 2 hours ago. So that's where we're at with it. So unless that's changed, but there was literally photos of him getting on the plane 2 hours ago. Helen the Bell, I think Messi's father will strike a lucrative deal for him to stay at Barca and the president will be removed. Just can't see this deal happening. Well, please remember, guys, Messi's currently saying he's not a Barcelona player right now. Let's see if there's anything else. There's nearly 300 on, so I am going to miss comments. I do apologise right now. Paul Standoff, surely it's going to happen since they've been very quiet. If they weren't going to bother, surely they would have said something. That's what I think, Paul. I really, really do think. Louis Shake says, hey, Martin, Tom, and Andy. No, it's hey, Martin, Tom, and Alan. Chris Lindley, hope you're good, buddy. Louis Shakes, we love you, Tom. Cameron Dempsey, sorry for your loss, Tom. Yes.
Thank you, mate.
Condolences to Tom from Nippon. About 300 on now. Has Martin had a shave? Yes. Of course, smooth as a baby's bottom right now. Very, very young and youthful looking again. How would that arse Castle know anything about his contract? Pure fantasy shouldn't be allowed to Scotty Mo. He does get things right, you know. He does get things right. Owen Beat says, welcome to Manchester. He's that confident. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to read you out because some of you are wondering what I mean by this Messi being portrayed. Basically, Font has come out and said there is he sat down with Sky for about an hour doing a huge interview. Now, please remember here, he's a presidential candidate for the next Barcelona president. So he's not going to speak well as the current one. So there's a little bit of politics at play here. So don't always believe what you're going to be hearing. Because this is like, especially with elections for Barcelona, it's like general elections over here. They get so downright dirty and tactical over it. It's unreal. But he's come out and said there is an inconsistency, right? Probably due to the mismanagement by the current administration and the current board trying to hide behind these wrongdoings, which is basically where the promise came in of you are allowed to leave this summer. Because they know they are financially crippled and they had to let him go. And if he come in, they would let him go. And apparently they've now backtracked on it. And then the other thing was, he said, how would you get out of this situation where the player costs 700 million but can now leave on a free transfer? Now remember, City said to David Silva, he said to Aguero, you leave when you want. You have earned your right after 10 years of service at the club to leave how you want. That was the agreement Messi had. Due to his nearly 20 years of service, he's an idol. He would be allowed to leave how he wants. The president, as recently as a couple of months ago, again by Victor Font, said players have earned the right to leave and retire wherever they want. Now, because of these very exceptional circumstances, the president has to honour that commitment if he means the words and he is serious. So, Alan, are we involved in a political game here?
I don't think we're involved in it. I think it's a situation where that Barcelona have backtracked on their agreement with Messi about when that person can leave. And I think it's a situation which will go legal at some point in the next few weeks. I think it'll drag on to the end of the transfer window. I think the club will just have to sit back and wait to find out what he can do, whether he can leave on a free or there's a full transfer going to need to become. And if it is a transfer, one thing's clear: there's no way we can afford £624 million just to get a guy out of. There's no way in the middle. We'll walk away. No, you can't. So, and if there is a transfer fee, whether it be like 50 million or 100 million, that might be worth looking at. But any more than that for a 33-year-old, no, don't go there. It's out of our hands now. That's the thing. We have to sit back now. It is completely out of our hands, and unfortunately, we're going to have to play the waiting game. So City should concentrate on other targets now, which they need to bring in while this is going on. And then if it turns out okay, then we go back in again and sort it out.
Sorry, go on, Alan.
It's just the way it is. The only fear I have, and it's not negative, I don't want to be negative in any way, because I want Messi just as much as anybody else. Is if it is on free, how many other clubs will have a dip as well, and whether Messi has made his mind up. I'll be happy if Messi came out and said it's Manchester City where he wants to go to. That's the only club I want to play for, and then because that just knocks everybody out of the water.
Apparently he has been answered privately.
Well, I'd like to hear it myself on TV.
He's not going to do that though.
I know he's not, but his father needs to sort out this mess that he's in. Otherwise, he's going to have to stay at a club that he doesn't want to play at, and that is unbelievable. But Barcelona, like I said before, Barcelona and La Liga have done this before with Neymar, and they've played hardball with them, and we'll just, like I say, just sit back and wait. I know that Dixie has been down in Spain, and has been down in Seville and talking to a left fullback's Sergio, I think it's Sergio Reguilon. They're looking at him as a left fullback, so it looks like we're quite busy, which is good.
Just before I bring Tom in, Scott Williams makes a great point here. The bottom line is Barnes' FC lawyers that made the contract are now fighting his corner. So they must know there is a clause in the work. Tom?
It's like, I don't think we are involved in it as such because we're no different to any other clubs that are linked. It's just we're stronger than most. There's a lot of people saying now the player powers come back to bite him on his backside and stuff like that, and it's like, can we be included in some of the tension? Yes, because obviously we're the favourites to get him. There's as much as every other fan likes to to hesitate the fact that he might come to. We're the only club as it is now that are linked with him. There's not as stronger links to any other club. But if we look away from that, if we look at between the Messi and the Barcelona as a club point of view, they're obviously arguing that he has something in his contract that obviously would allow him to leave for 600 or 700 euros or some million euros. 600 euros, that'd be absolutely fine if it was 600 euros, but it's 600 million euros. If they wouldn't be fighting this as viciously, Barcelona, if there wasn't something to hide. There's something that nobody knows. There's something that, but Messi wouldn't have, not turned up and stuff like that if he didn't know something like that was going to happen. Because let's be honest, if he knew that it was 700 million euro release clause, he wouldn't have, rejected going to training and not going for the COVID test and stuff. So I think there is something that nobody knows. And I think it is in the favour of Messi and whichever club wants to buy him, because I personally think that this £700 million thing is a bit of a hoax, to be honest, and it's a bit of a lie to try and scare off quite a lot of the other teams, and only knock it down to a certain few, such as us or Paris Saint-Germain, who actually do have the financial backing to maybe go ahead with the deal. But we'll see it in the next week or so, because if something happens in a week or so, I can't see anybody sort of going from, because the seasons are starting again and it'll be getting too close to the season to actually think about that and actually concentrate on what's going to happen in the season. So yeah.
Well, people asking about the plane. The picture of Jorge Messi boarding the plane was 4.5 hours ago. So that tells you he's been in the air. This meeting apparently is tomorrow. It's not Thursday. It's going to be tomorrow. Ammar needs their eyes testing. You tell me Alan needs Ansem. Are you getting your fan club on again?
I can't help it, mate.
Eugene McGinley, Barcelona will be having a meeting with Messi father tomorrow about his future. Yeah. Matty Hollingworth, Messi is a dream player top at City, but Koulibaly is a must. Pointless having Messi up front and Stones at centre back. Great point. Which leads us in to Kalidou Koulibaly. We will come back to Messi, so stick around. We will come back to Messi. Promise you. But Koulibaly, Tom, is this deal actually going to happen? Because today alone, in the last 8-9 hours, we've agreed personal terms from sources in Italy. It then got denied. It then got said we're now close to a fee. Then that got denied. And now other sources are coming out tonight saying we are currently talking Koulibaly still.
It's one of those again, that's gone quiet because of all this Messi thing, which I think has sort of worked in City's favour a little bit because they've been able to obviously, I think, work behind the scenes with Napoli to sort something out. I personally think that there has been a deal agreed. These links haven't gone away. There's certain, City Extra have been reporting on it quite heavily. They don't report on stuff that is, rubbish. Some of the top journalists, they've reported on it, and a lot of it's what saying that somebody's agreed terms with somebody is quite a strong statement. It takes a lot for somebody to find that source and actually, understand it and have proof. And then, it's like with the Messi situation, nothing's been agreed, so it can't go any further than that. But this Koulibaly thing hasn't gone away, and it wasn't just one, random journalist or a company or it was a lot. There wasn't just one or two. It was over quite a lot of different footballing pages and newspapers. So I hope it's true that we've agreed terms with him because 60 something million, as they're saying, or 72 million. I think it's been bumped up to now. That we were saying about 90 million, all that stuff. If it's 72 million, City have done good there because to get a player like of his caliber, to come for 72 million is pretty good. And for what's happening at the moment with prices and things like that, I think that is like a pretty good sort of price for somebody of that player stature. And like we've said, we need to get somebody in that position. If you ask hand on heart, Koulibaly is more important at this point than Messi. I think if we had to, I know I'd love to see Messi play, but we need to look in the real world. We want to fight for the title. Goals and stuff isn't the problem. It's the defence. So Messi shouldn't sidetrack that point of we are struggling in defensive role. We brought in Ake, but he's another left centre-back. We need a right centre-back that has leadership to partner Laporte, and we need to bring that in before Messi. So I'd like to hope that the Koulibaly deal gets done soon. And then we can go and just put all our effort and negotiation skills that we do have because we've done it over the years into Messi if he's still available.
Great point. Well, Manchester City for life. Thank you so much for your super chat, buddy. Like I said, there is nearly 400 now. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. It is free of charge, and trust me, you will get a lot of things for it. Guys, did you not see that Chica was supposedly in Seville finalising a deal for an unnamed defender? Strong source. Apparently, it is not Carlos. Do not get excited. It was not Carlos. It was who, Alan? What was the name of the left back?
Sergio Reguilon.
Yeah, left back.
Seville, 23-year-old. He was actually on loan at Seville from Madrid, and sneaked in and hopefully signed him, which is that mean be competing with a left back with Mendy, which is great news because that's one of the areas of concerns. Let's see if that deal gets done. So it's Sergio Reguilon.
Pado Oaks said City will walk away from the KK deal and lead Napoli to the mess. I don't think they will, Pardo. They're not going to, because they've gone, 5 weeks now? He ain't walking away from Koulibaly. Pep wants Koulibaly. There is nobody else Pep wants. He wants Koulibaly. So they'd have walked away by now. Why would you go 5-6 weeks down the line with this and then walk away at the last minute? You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't waste all that time.
But let's just hope it doesn't end up like a Harry Maguire saga from last year. We end up with no one.
I don't think they'll allow that. I really don't. It'll be criminal if they end up doing that.
Well, if they don't sign, the Koulibaly is the number one signing, right? He has to be the number one signing this year.
I agree.
I think everyone agrees at that, and even the people on the channel now, that he is the number one signing. If we do not sign a centre half, you can kiss goodbye to a challenge. I'm telling you straight for the title. And I'll tell you that now. We have to sign a centre half that's got leadership skills.
Yeah, it's true that.
Yeah.
Oh, 97, Messi and Koulibaly would make us a complete deal. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Sean Fogarty, thank you so much, buddy, for your super chat. Thank you, really much appreciated. As always, thank you to your parents as well. Really, really appreciated, buddy. Did Alan say we're in talks with regularly?
Yes.
There you go. Kamal, there's literally no other world-class realistic alternative to Koulibaly. That's my issue with this.
Mm.
Who else is there other than Koulibaly? And don't give me Upamecano, because Upamecano is not world-class.
He's going to United. Upamecano.
Right, but one thing that me and Ryan discussed the night is 22, 23,
Yeah.
and he's had 4 knee injuries already.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
like, are we just buying Crocs?
Yeah.
It's
true, you know, it's just a big risk.
But Martin, we do have to have a backup though, just in case this goes south. We have to have, surely we have to
I
have a backup.
understand that. I get that. But what I keep telling you is, and I've said this on the channel, they are after the Rolls Royce of a centre back. Upamecano is not your Rolls Royce. He's your BMW. He's your Mercedes. They're after the Phantoms. They're after the Bugatti Veyrons of the centre back here. They're after the top centre backs. They want someone that will not need coaching, that just walks straight into the team and fits like a glove straight away.
Yeah.
Doesn't need a year or two to settle in.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And and obviously they're after a right-footed one as well. So I wasn't meant to do that. Nicky D, we need a centre back when I would lose sleep. I wouldn't lose sleep over getting Koulibaly. The guys, you need to give me some alternatives then. But
there's not many.
Everyone's saying they're not bothered about Koulibaly, but nobody's giving alternatives. They're giving Upamecano, that's it.
I think the alternative I'd go for would probably be the guy at Benfica.
Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, he'll be the alternative for me.
Well, like Galaxy Apart here, real regular contributor, really good with his comments. I would sign Upamecano rather than Carlos Koulibaly. Really, would you? really, would you? Would you? Based on what? What is your evidence? One game? We're basing Upamecano on one game here against Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Again, the lad has had 4 serious knee injuries, and he's a young lad. We're buying Benjamin Mendy version 2 here.
God, please not that.
Come on. I get it. You all like Upamecano. Totally get it. And it's your opinions, but, he's not in Koulibaly's league. Come on, let's be honest there. Go on, Tom.
And you're talking about prices as well. If we do get this, if we do get the deal that's been reported, 72.5 million for Koulibaly, or I think that's euros. So I think it does go into 60 back into the 60. I think it was 69 or something, or 68, with obviously add-ons and stuff. That is a really, really good price for, like you've said, a Rolls Royce defender. You have to think about it. These guys, Upamecano, Carlos, they're going to cost 115, 120, 130 million. And with the money that's been spent today, look, we got Ferran Torres for 20 million. He's a 60 million rated winger. We were lucky in that aspect. And I think you have to look 20 million more or 25 million more than Ake to be your strongest centre back at the right side is not. It's not too much to ask for. But then when you go into looking at all these other guys, such as Upamecano and Diego Carlos, I'm not saying they're not good players, but you're talking about 30, 40, 50 million more than what Koulibaly is going to cost you, and they could be like De Ligt. They have a good season in a not so good league, and then they come to the big leagues and they don't do as well. There's all that as well. When you look at Koulibaly, he's a big name, and you see him in the Champions League, and he's outclassed quite a lot of high world class attackers. And obviously, he didn't do too well in the last game he played in the Champions League. But big players have errors. Look at Laporte, Edison. Van Dijk. Everybody does it. So yeah, I can't. 70 million for Koulibaly is not too much. I don't think. I think that if we can get him for that, I think that's pretty good.
Yep. Man City for life. Thank you for your super chat, buddy. On fire tonight. Cheers, Alan. If it's regular, why is he in Seville and not in Madrid? Decent player, though.
He's in Seville because he's on loan at Seville from Real Madrid. That's the player. Yeah.
Mm.
He's contractually a Real Madrid player, but he's on loan at Seville, and he's currently in Seville at the moment. That's why. And
Yeah, he actually is. He's in Seville at the moment.
Yeah. So basically, he's in Seville. He's travelled down to Seville to talk to the player to see if they can get him.
He is currently. He's on loan in Seville. So yeah, Alan is actually spot on. So yeah. See, don't doubt Sir Alan. He'll come back in. Callum Hansen, Diego Carlos in Seville. I like him. I've not seen a lot of him, I will be honest. So I couldn't tell you. Again, you're looking at 70, 80 million.
Exactly. We don't.
You still at the same amount of money.
The thing is, Martin, anyone we go for, no matter who it is, you've got to add an extra 20 million because everyone knows we've got money. So that's the way it is. They will add on money. And there's nothing we can do about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm missing. I'm going to have to bring up super chats, guys.
You might say Diego Carlos while he's there, and then walk back as well. We don't walk away from JK and Martin.
Manchester City for life again with another super chat. Thank you, Ruben Diaz. I know that is it Mukile?
Mukile.
There you go. Yeah. I'll let you do that one.
I'll take that one.
Who does he play? I know Ruben Diaz plays for. Who does Mukile play for?
I don't know who he's played for, but I'll find out.
Don't know anything. I do not know anything about it. Nothing.
He plays for Leipzig. Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, Leipzig.
But then we've also got Konate has got SOS 66. You'll get Ryan Curry all excited because that's the guy he wants.
I will say one thing. Pep does like players that play in Spain because they play the possession-based football in Spain. Probably all the teams do. Exactly. So it wouldn't surprise me if we have got an alternative to KK. He will go down into Spain to find that person.
Well, Paul Standor says, I think that's the problem, Martin, and Tom said it as well. He's the only defender we could really go for. He's the only one really out on the market at the moment, which you'd probably think is good enough to come in.
Have Napoli got a replacement for
yes,
Koulibaly at the moment?
It's Gabriel, isn't it?
No,
he's gone to Arsenal.
Oh, he's gone to Arsenal.
It's meant to be Socrates.
Is it?
Have they signed him?
Wow.
On the verge of doing it.
That's an odd signing.
Things will start to move when that happens, but not until.
They haven't got a lot of money, Napoli, that's the problem.
Yeah.
And also when you're talking about Koulibaly, you know, we like to keep that. Obviously, if you look at our record signing, 65 million. You know, if Koulibaly, you know, if that's 68, 69 million, you know, you're only going another 4 million up. You know, so you're sort of keeping your budget there. And obviously, if you get Messi on a free, that doesn't count. So, you know, you're looking at Koulibaly being your most expensive player at 68, 69 million. It's not too bad, is it, really? When you look at other teams and their record signings.
Well, let's look at the logic. If we get Koulibaly, for argument's sake, we get Koulibaly and we get Reguilon, who's a left full back, we're in a lot better situation then, even without Messi.
Yeah.
We're still gonna mount a challenge because we still score goals, and we'll still mount a challenge for the title with Liverpool and Chelsea probably.
I'll tell you now. Now listen, I know Andy doesn't really take a lot of what this guy says as thing, but he has got a lot of things right. Sam Lee, I'm listening to the 9320.
Your best mate.
Not my best mate. Never spoke to him in my life. But I openly subscribe to the 9320 podcast. And Sam Lee came out and said there is an alternative to Messi. If Messi does not happen, there is an alternative.
I wonder who that could be.
I said to you 6 weeks ago, City wanted a striker or a forward. Nobody believed me. You all laughed at me. You all went talking out your ear end. They're not going to spend 300 million. And I said, they have got a forward. I've been told it's João Felix.
Yeah.
Messi deal. Don't say you prefer João Felix. Come on, Alan.
He's younger, mate. He's younger.
Yeah, I'm not fit to lace Messi's left foot.
I'm not saying he isn't. I'm not saying he isn't. But I'll tell you what, I would get just as excited if said we can't get Messi.
Would you?
Really? Oh yeah. I would. Yeah, I would.
It would take a lot to get you excited, then, does it?
I know.
I sadly think if it was João Felix that did come in, I reckon it wouldn't be as exciting. It wouldn't be as exciting because of all this high, and it'd be sort of a little bit like Mahrez. You know, he's a little bit, doubted before he came in. Oh yeah, it's not Messi, is he? You know, look at what Mahrez got. He got so much grief. You know, it's just stuff like that. Oh, we didn't need him and all that sort of jazz.
Would we if we got Koulibaly and the fullback in now, right?
Yeah.
Right, and that was it. Would you be happy with that?
Yeah, I would, because it's not the attack that's the problem.
Exactly, I agree with you. It's icing on the cake if we get Messi. Icing on the cake.
You just told me you prefer João Felix and you get just excited for it.
Nah, see,
yeah. That was.
Yeah, because
in the world. No, you're all right. I'll
have João, another João.
Oh dear.
And you want your left back and your centre back in as much as that. They're your priorities because before all this Messi stuff, we were saying for weeks and weeks after the Premier League, after the Champions League. Well, I was saying another goalkeeper, but we won't continue on that. After the Champions League and all that sort of thing, we were saying, we've always said we need another centre back and we need to look at a left back. And then Messi's come round and that's sort of diluted what we've needed.
Absolutely.
It's diluted the actual hardcore facts that are concreted in last season's performance. And it's the defence, because we've scored over 100 goals again. We've got the most goals in the Premier League. Kevin De Bruyne has got the record assists. It's not that's not the problem. And like you've just said, Alan, if we did get Messi on top of the other two guys, it is the icing on the cake because we can excel in there. If we had Messi up there, it's frightening, even more frightening than it is already. Yeah. Aguero, Kevin, all them lot.
Alan wants João instead.
Oh yeah, sorry, no, João Felix, because there's only one João in this world. There's only one João. There's only one João, Martin. Come on, you must know this by now.
King, please do not forget that Barca maintains first refusal on all Seville players. Did they? I have no idea about that. Give us Garcia. I will fly Garcia to you. Not an issue. And you can have your defender. Barca and City work together many times for the Tigers 6-pack. I will drive Garcia to wherever you want him to go.
You're driving a lot of people, aren't you? You're driving Zinchenko down to Wolves. You're driving Garcia over to Barcelona. It's going to be an expensive trip for you.
Tom, what was Martin's penance if we don't sign Koulibaly? He mentioned. I remember he just says, "I'll do something."
Oh, was that when he? Is that when he said he pulled his pants down on a stream or something? Was that one? Or was it running?
It was he shaved his head or whatever it was.
He wasn't running around the Etihad naked or something like that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
that wasn't it?
Well, Bank King.
Oh, he's continuing on quickly.
He's not a selling club. Yeah, let's try and stay professional. What's with you? Where do you get these news? You guys are making this up. We're not making it up. We're reporting what someone who is a reporter for Manchester City is saying, and has said in the last couple of weeks. That's all we're saying, Banks King. Yeah? Because whether you like it or not, João Felix, he's not really pulling up trees at Atletico. He's not really wanted. Listen, if Messi doesn't happen, let him come and play under probably the greatest manager there is at the moment, in my opinion. That's just me anyway. Mike, did Alan want Nicholas Bentner?
God, what a lad. What a legend.
Oh, what a player. What a player.
Joe Smith, he knows Tom. Tom loves a João.
A João, in João love.
I'd take Ake over Koulibaly. We do need an Aguero placement, but that is not Felix. You take Ake over Koulibaly. It's all your opinions, but I don't agree with it.
Go on, Alan. I will say one thing, Addy. I don't think you'll ever find a replacement for Sergio. He's a unique player.
No. I totally agree. Pardo Oaks, Martin, not long ago, you definitely didn't want Messi. You changed your tune. Now, listen, Pardo, if you go back last week, I said at the very beginning when it all came out, I was being a little bit negative because I didn't want to jump on the hype train because I didn't want to look like a bit of an idiot if we weren't in for him. And it was all a contract negotiation. We know now this is not a contract negotiation. This is serious negotiations coming. This is not a contract negotiation by Messi. The guy is on strike right now. The guy wants to come to City. Doesn't, if it happens, that's different. It may not even happen. I'm still 50-50 whether it happens or not. But at the beginning, I was very, very against it because I'm going to be honest. I didn't want to believe it. I told you the story, didn't I? Probably if you were listening, Pardo and some others. A few years ago when we got linked with him, I think it was 2016, I was dancing around my living room, all excited, doing a little jing and all sorts, telling my missus we're getting Messi. And they got me pissed, a day later. I ain't doing it again. So that's why I was a little bit negative with it.
When you were doing your jig down the living room, your missus, was your missus getting excited as well?
Right, before we go back to the Messi epic name, if you want to come on the show, mate, same thing, you just send an email to farmtv@gmail.com. And what you do is you do a 5-minute video of yourself, as long as you are over the age of 16. If you are under 16, I'm afraid we will not be allowing you onto the channel because we have to protect ourselves. We have to protect you as well. But 16, 17 is where we'd like you to be at Epic It. And then if you are over the age of that, great. Send us a 5-minute video of yourself holding your video landscapes. Tell us a little bit about your history of Manchester City, why you support them, and we'll have me and Andy and Chris and a few others. We'll have a look at it and have a little gas like we do women at a bus stop. I'm only joking. Women at bus stops don't talk. It's a joke. If anyone starts going Martin sexist, I'm joking. Oh my God, that we paid 21 million for Ake, so why not just pay 80 million for Koulibaly as he's twice as good Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. But others think he's a load of garbage. But like we see here on the channel, it is your opinion. Right. One thing I do want to mention, we have some competition for Lionel Messi. Yes, Manchester City have competition, and it is not PSG. Anyone guess who it is?
Chelsea.
Right, so you're saying Chelsea. Tommy, who are you saying there, Alan?
Stuttgart.
Who?
Stuttgart.
Yeah. The fans are putting all money together to raise 900 million. That's what they're saying here. That's what the nonsense is coming out of the press.
And there's a lot of nonsense coming out of your mouth this evening. I'm telling you. FC Barcelona star Lionel Messi has been urged to reject Man City transfer by Argentina's president and go and play for Newell's Old Boys.
Newell's Old Boys?
Where he started his career as a little boy. The president of Argentinian Alberto Fernandez has urged Lionel Messi to reject a potential move to City in favour of joining Newell's Old Boys. Messi, as we know, failed to turn up for his COVID-19 test or his PCR test on Sunday, and the Argentine team did not attend. Means he will be unable to participate in any of Ronald Koeman's first team training sessions, as we know. So it goes on. I digress. While Newell's president Christian De Amico recently admitted it was up to Messi whether he wanted to come back to his old club, he did tell TNT Sports, "I don't know if it is impossible. It's all up to him and his family." Now, this is very much like the Sergio Aguero and Independiente situation. Yeah. This is where we're at with this one. Is that... Listen, we've had a joke and we've had a giggle. Tom, is that an actual threat?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because of his wage.
Oh, hang on. He's going to tell us for why.
I'm going to tell you why. It's his wage. Simple as. Somebody's echoing. I don't know who.
Go on.
Yeah, so I was just saying. Yeah, it's echoing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not now. Sorry. Go on.
Is it okay, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So, yeah, I was just saying, it's the wage. It's the wage. You know, I don't think it's possible for them as a club. No offence to them or anything, because every club deserves the chance, but his wage is nearly $1 million a week or whatever it is. And this club, you're telling me, where he grew up, are going to be able to afford that? You know, fair enough if he's played for us for a year, gone to New York City for 2 years, and then goes back to there on a reduced wage. But at 33 years old, I don't think it's, you know, possible for him to actually go back there with, you know, because with his such a big wage, to take such a big reduction, you know, I can't see why you'd go back so soon.
Exactly. Now, Sean has put in the comments, who are they? Basically, it's where as a child, not as when he was a young lad at Barcelona, as a child he started his thing. Alan, Newell Old Boys. I know you're laughing and you're giggling, but if we said the same about Independiente and Aguero, why can it not be the same with Messi?
So they can't afford the wages. That's what it is. It's sentimental reasons. I can fully understand that, and maybe Argentinians want to go home, which I know that Sergio eventually wants to play for Independiente again before he retires, which I fully support and understand that. It's like Vincent going back to Anderlecht, isn't it, at the end of the day, you know, and you can't argue with that really. I think that's the last club he'll go to at this point. When someone's throwing the money that City are going to throw at him, it'd be mad to take. Can you imagine the endorsements he's going to get in New York if it goes there. Can you? It'll destroy City's endorsements. I promise you. In America, they'll go crazy.
Yeah, 100% will it.
Yeah, they'll just go absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, G debate.
We'll just have to see.
Oh, sorry. I want to send an email, Martin. I got the Messi plane number. What, have you got Jorge Messi's plane number? Or is it Lionel Messi's? Lionel Messi's not on a plane. His father's on a plane, OG debate. If you want it, MCFC, I'll put it in the comments below. MCFC Fan TV at gmail.com. And send it over to us. Guys, please hit a like. There is still nearly 400. Thank you so much. Please, 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 please hit a like on the button. Hit a like on the button. Hit the like button. Put my teeth back in. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. We are on our march to 15,000. And thank you so much. We have had over 1,200 subscribers in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Thank you so, so much. Remember, it's your channel for the fans, by the fans. You are all superstars. Zagon said Ipswich. No, it wasn't Ipswich. Good guess.
Wickham. Imagine that. Oh,
wasn't Wickham. Sorry.
Akinfenwa and Messi up front. That'd tear apart League One or wherever they are now, Championship.
Anthony Almer says I heard Messi's on the way to Boundary Park. I don't think he is, mate. Isaac Simpson. Hope you're good, buddy. Good evening. Hope you're good. Zaizong Kang, thank you so much for your super chat, buddy. Much appreciated. City want Koulibaly, and remember, Koulibaly just got humiliated by Messi in the Champions League game. Yeah, mate, because Messi will generally humiliate every defender on the planet. He humiliated Vincent Kompany.
Yeah, he did.
He would humiliate Van Dijk. He would humiliate everybody. On his day, he would do it. You know, Liverpool fans will tell you, he couldn't do Andy Robertson, you know. End of the day.
He did it at the Nou Camp when he smashed in.
Yeah,
put him on his backside.
Yeah.
Once you left somewhere for so long, it's never the same when you go back. True. Yes, that is very true, Dicker. Martin, Leo's been seen on his way up to Boundary Park. But of course he has. Of course he has.
I've already signed for Berry at Gig Lane.
Oh yeah, he's playing non-league now. Muslim Beast, Martin shaved in it. Yes, I did shave.
Martin, have you seen that comment a bit further up? It says Messi spotted getting a steak baked from Greg's in the Arndale.
Yeah. You know, these Messi sightings. Sean, we are, and it's thanks to you as well, buddy. We are on our way to 15k. Thank you very much. It's because you lot are so good. Thank you. Lads, if we get Messi, KK tells you starting 11 for Wolves. I don't think Messi will start against Wolves if we sign him.
I think it'll probably for his defence.
Yeah. Because of all the quarantining and stuff as well, innit? Something.
Absolutely.
He has to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That doesn't count for him.
It does.
We need Koulibaly before Wolves, though. I'll tell you that now.
Are you telling me you think Pep's quarantining? Really?
Yeah. No, that's why he's missing the pre-season. That's why he's come back yesterday.
They get tested every 2 days, so they're out like that little nugget. They're not.
Yeah, but it's a week. No, it's a week, innit? They have to. It's a minimum of a week if they're getting tested every 2 days.
They've already said he will not miss pre-season. I wonder why. I went away and I had to quarantine, but I'm not millionaire's money bags though, am I?
You're still quarantining, aren't you?
Pardon?
You're still quarantining, aren't you?
I feel like it. I'm back in work in the morning. Martin, give us a word. Hello, Sean. Hope you're good. Oh God, that sounded good. That sounded weird, didn't it? Matthew Hard, think we need Hossam Alwar. What do you think? I like him. I know Andy hates him.
Why does Andy hate him?
Doesn't rate him.
Didn't do anything against us, did he? Let's be honest.
I don't know what game you got watching. I'm sorry. I don't. He ran the show.
He didn't.
Ran the show.
Yes, he did.
It was Cornet. It was Cornet that ran the show.
Yeah. Who was the guy knocking the balls out to Cornet?
Yeah, mate. The 3 games we played against him. The three games we played against him. He's controlled every single game. And he has.
Here's a great question from Richard Dre. Who sits on the bench for Messi to start? There's a question for you.
It's Pep's rotation, mate.
No, don't be copping out. Don't
It's
be
not.
copping out on that.
It's true. He's going to rotate, isn't he?
Messi will not rotate.
I think Mahrez is going to go. If Messi comes in, Mahrez will be out the door.
Thank you, PS4 Kipax. Much appreciated.
That's a good question. I think it'll because obviously I think Sterling will stay on the left. I don't think it'll be Mahrez, because I think we're going to see Mahrez slightly deeper next year. So I think it'll be Bernardo, maybe, Ferran, Torres, one of those guys. And I saw somebody saying something the other day that they've put Messi as third choice behind Ferran, Torres, and Mahrez. It's like, have a word, as much as everybody likes those players, you have to. If we're only going for a year, I can see him starting the majority of the games. I don't know about anybody else. If we're only going for a year,
would you let Jesus go to Barcelona and return for Messi? Now, there's a caveat to that. In 2 years' time, if Jesus goes, right, that means we're going to need 2 centre forwards. And do you agree or do you not? A centre forward is going to cost you 100 million more.
Oh,
of 100 million
100%.
So not just 1, but 2 centre forwards in 2 years' time. That's not good planning. That's not good planning.
No.
Would you let him go? They're all saying Jesus is. I wouldn't let Jesus go at all.
No, because you also have to look at age as well. You're looking at stuff like that. There's not many players, such as Gabby at his age out there that can do a shift. Because obviously he hasn't scored as many, but he's always there. He always can you can always rely on him to do something in the game. Make a chance, score a goal, be there. Look at him against Madrid. He was on fire in both legs. So, for somebody like that class, I wouldn't like to see him leave, because it'd be a big risk, a massive risk. Because if that does happen, if say that Messi is coming and Jesus goes the other way with different things and bits and bobs, and then Aguero's only got another year left, and then you've got Messi and Aguero leave, and then you've got nobody then. Have you? What I mean? You've got nobody.
And then it's going to cost an absolute fortune to replace.
Oh, it'll be more than
300,
400 million. 300, 400 million, I think. 300 million, maybe.
I know people are, there's a lot of Gabby haters, criticisers, whatever you want to call it. But we're never going to find another Sergio. Let's get it absolutely spot on.
No, it's like the Vinny thing, isn't it?
He's a freak. Yeah, it's not going to happen. We're going to find a different type of player to play up front. And it's all right saying Jesus is this, Jesus is that. But if suddenly we're left in a position where we need to sign 2 centre forwards in 2 years' time, that's not good planning. I'm sorry, but it isn't.
No.
Yeah. So I'd stick with Jesus there.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, it's all opinions.
Yeah.
Islam, Alec, guys, you are wasting time. Analysis dreams, stop it. Why? Why are we wasting our time? As he's put a comment further up, I think he's a Barcelona fan.
All right.
He has put a comment further up. I'm just trying to find it. Anyway, he thinks we're all talking rubbish because he's a Barcelona fan. He doesn't seem to realise that Messi's on strike at the moment. And if you ask Messi, he doesn't even think he's a Barcelona player anymore. So you need to get with the facts, mate. It's your player who doesn't want to be with you anymore. Not our fault. Not our fault at all. Ruby Tobalunda. La Liga are afraid of losing him, but Barca need to sell him as he wishes to leave, and they are in serious financial difficulty. Exactly. Yeah. And I've been told, or I've read, Barcelona quietly behind the scenes want him to go. They just can't be looking like they are accepting for him to go. They're going to have to do this in a very strategic and political way for him to leave. Because I think they do want him to go, really. Because they can't afford him.
Well, they're going to get wages off. You're going to get his wages off the books, aren't they?
Of course they are. They can't afford. They're actually dying. That's financially. Let's have a look. Right, I'll tell you what I do when I move on. So, Martin, does it can be a little bit lower than, as long as it's about 4 minutes, that's fine. I pick in, sorry about that. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to think. Amar Jr., the GOAT. Hi, Martin. Hello. Please, guys, I think we've got nearly 350 on. Guys, come on, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but means a lot. We will see, not this season, maybe next. Well, Izam, how are you going to get Messi to play for you again? That's my question to you, buddy. How are you going to get Messi to play for you again? Because right now, Messi is not a Barcelona player, according to Messi. He doesn't want to play for you. He has left the club. He's not even wants to train with you. And he's agreed a contract with us. Please tell me what part of that do you think is And I'm not saying, listen, he may end up staying because you might end up forcing him to stay. Here's a question. I'll change the question. Are you happy to have an unhappy player in your squad? There's a question for you. Let's have a look. Right, where am I at? Oh, this is where I'm at, sorry. Eric Garcia has done a little bit of talking today at his national team's press conference. Now, I will just get the quotes up for you. Has come out and said, I told City that I was not renewing, but I still had 1 season left with them, and I hope to return. Now, some people have made comments in this that Eric Garcia is kind of trying to U-turn his way back, because surely City aren't going to allow him to go on a free transfer at the end when they could get 20 million out of Barcelona for him, or he could be included in any kind of deal for Messi. So, what's this from Eric Garcia? Is this gamesmanship or?
When he said return, does he mean return to City or return to Barcelona?
He said coming back to us.
Well, he needs to sign a contract then, because if he's not signing the contract, he's gone. Dead simple.
So, but do you think he could U-turn in case Messi does come?
Possibly, but he's now probably found the reality of what state Barcelona are in, and that might think, oh shit, what we're doing here. But he needs to sign if he's going to say City, which I'm happy with, okay, he needs to sign a contract. Dead simple. He needs to commit his future to City. If he's found out that Barcelona are not for him because of the mess they're in, that's fine. We'll sign a contract.
True. Somewhere you're at. So is rules in his contract. Absolutely fine, but again, you're going to have a player there who doesn't want to play for you, mate. So he won't give 100%.
He'll have Sane.
Yeah, a Leroy Sane. That what you really want? I'm not sure. Tom, where you at with Eric Garcia? Is he U-turning to do it, or is he covering himself?
I think he's covering himself because he's seen why would you want to go to a club that are struggling to keep big players? You have to remember they've just been beaten 8-2 by Bayern Munich. They're in a mess. PK wants to leave. He's offered to leave. He's going to a place that is a project that's starting from scratch with a lot of aged players. He's going to a league that isn't as good. We have to be honest. It's not as he's going to a slower league. I think he is covering his back in a way. And if he does put a decent shift in next season, then fair play to him, and then off you go, mate. That's fine. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, of course he'll be covering his back because who knows what will happen in the next few weeks? Who knows what will happen in January? You know, he could sign the contract in February, March. Who knows? You know, his contract hasn't ended until the day it says on the piece of paper that he signed when he signed his contract in the beginning. So he's still a City player till that point. So anything could happen in the next year or so. He could change his mind. He could want to stay. You know. So just see what happens. You know, because he might look at it and go, "He's getting an extra 20 grand worth it to not actually be valued as a player." Um, or do I stick with the wage that City are going to give me with this new contract and go, you know what, let's play with that. It's not going to be like that for long, and then we get on to the next obviously discussion. So yeah, I'll just see how it goes. I think he's covering his back a little bit after um, things that have happened in the past few days and weeks with Messi and vice versa with Ronald Koeman coming in, and I think he's covered his back a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just going to have a very, very quick check. You guys want to ask anything before I go into the comments? And when we start to wrap this up, I'm just going to have a look. You both happy?
Yeah.
Good. I'm just going to double check because I am checking for updates as we are going. Because I don't want to be jumped out while we're live on air and something happens and we miss it, because wouldn't it be good to be live on air and Messi signs for City? That would be a little bit good, wouldn't it? That'd be a bit tasty. Right, let's get into some of your final comments then, guys, and then we'll wrap this up. La Liga know that their decline of the RMAM at Barca means that the league is desperately behind the Prem. And it's just not exciting anymore. Messi will be the final straw. Well, remember, guys, Neymar left. Can Man City afford Messi? Not if they're asking for the buyout clause. No club in the world can. If you're looking at 100 million, apparently the rumours are City can reportedly go up to between 150 and 200 million. On a fee, are the reports.
Who said that though? City, or is that just speculation?
No one's come out and said it, have they, Helen?
Okay. All right,
no one's. That's what I mean. No one's come out and said it, but the thing is, people. I know you and other people don't like reporters, but they reported 3 days ago there was going to be a meeting tomorrow with Jorge Messi and the Barcelona president. Well, Jorge Messi's on a flight to Barcelona as we speak to have a meeting tomorrow. So 3 days ago, somebody's obviously leaked it out. Some people just don't believe anything anyone ever says.
Well, let's face it, the press are not exactly the most reliable of people for telling the truth.
Well, they got the meeting right, though.
Yeah. Well, remember the lies you used to tell about us for 6 months about our cash case.
The one thing we know is, please just remember this, one thing we will remember though, is someone will be leaking this out because Messi and someone's trying to get spin on this. They're trying to gain the advantage here. Now, I don't even think it's Messi's guys leaking the stuff out to the press. I think it's Barcelona leaking the stuff out. Because I think Barcelona's spinning this to make Messi the bad guy.
Yeah, because it's looked like that at the moment, hasn't it? How they're making it. Yeah,
they're spinning this. Because I've always said to you, you don't want to be the Barcelona president who sells Messi. Remember that. You will never, ever know. I've got to go, guys. If you had to be between Mahrez and Bernardo going out the door, who would it be for you personally? I'm not answering.
I'm not answering that.
Bernardo.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Bernardo.
I want to be. Jorge will be arriving at Barcelona. Yes, the meeting is tomorrow. Guardiola wouldn't love having Messi. Say he wins until next season. Of course, he'd love having Messi. Oh, Guardiola wants Messi, as I promise you. Let me just get back up. PS4 Kibas meetings on Thursday. Apparently the meeting's tomorrow, buddy. That's why he's on the flight today. The meeting is tomorrow. But it might, if it's changed, we don't know. But when I came on air, it was Wednesday. They were all saying.
McDonald's.
Pardon?
Have they been to the McDonald's?
I don't know where the meeting. The lawyers that made contract for Messi told him, "You can walk for free," as they made the contract. They must know what. They must know what do you think. If they made the contract, then clearly they know something in there. Guardiola doesn't care what people say as long as he wins trophies. Exactly, Kamal. Spot on, buddy.
Yeah.
Lads, we will know this week if we're getting met. Yeah, I think this time next week we'll know.
Yeah.
Or we'll have a big indication. Rubito, Pepper's heard all that. Exactly, of course he has. He's heard it all his life. This Messi saga has done wonders for my insomnia. What a front five, Sterling, Aguero, Mahrez, Messi and KDB. One of them would be going, mate. I really do think one of them would. Let's have a look. Let's get into your last few comments. I hope Bernardo will not be sold.
So do I.
I'm not sure. Chadri Baba, MCFC TV, what's the feelings of City fans of messing with City? I think it's quiet excitement, and it's also a little bit of trepidation, because I think some fans, Emily hit the nail on the head the other day. Nobody wants to get overexcited because they look like a prat if it doesn't happen.
Correct.
But then if you go too negative, it looks like, hang on a minute, you don't want the best player in the world.
Exactly.
But if you go like, apparently, like Chris Baker, and I wouldn't say I am, the guy chasing the ice cream van down the street, which I'm not, because I've never once jumped up and got excited and done a dance around the living room. Because trust me, if Messi signs, I'll be at the Etihad. Not here, I'll be at the Etihad live. So we'll just wait and see. Then you'll know I'm excited. Jason Lyons, Barca president's the Mexican league when he wants to. Yes, exactly. That's what I said. That's what we said at the very beginning, Jason Lyons, which is why the thumbnail kicks off with Messi betrayed, because they've changed the goalpost on him. Don't you think Messi will make KDB less brighter? No. No. What, two of the three best players in the world? No. God, there's still 300. Thank you all so much. You are amazing. This out feels to be City. This out feels to be small. We signed Messi. United signed no one at all. No, they've got Van der Beek. They've got Van der Crow or whatever his name is. I don't know.
Van der Crow. That's class.
Van der Pigeon.
Van der Pigeon.
Van der Pigeon. United have signed Van der Pigeon, and we're going after Messi. Yeah, well done, Man United. The gift that keeps on giving. Sorry, guy, I'm late, guys. I'm trying so hard not to get too giddy. See, Andrew's trying to not get giddy. See? Last couple of comments, and then we are going to wrap this up, guys. No Messi, no Suarez, Barca will not. Yeah, LG made a good point. KDB will be better with Messi, says CM Sitter. Well, guys, we're going to find out very, very soon. Thank you so much. Just to recap, we've talked about Messi being betrayed by the owners or the president, who said after his loyalty and his 20-year career, he could leave how he wants and when he wants. Isn't really the case when you get down to the brass tacks, is it? Exactly. Apparently, Koulibaly has agreed a fee, not agreed a fee, agreed terms, not agreed terms, done a dance, not done a dance, come in, not coming, in and out, and he shook it all about, and he's still not coming. We have no idea what's going on with Koulibaly at all. Alan's broke some news that we were going after a left-back from Seville that nobody knew about, because it's not been reported in England. So it's only been reported over in Australia.
No, it's been reported here, mate.
24 hours ahead, you see.
No, I know who's reported it. I'll speak to him afterwards. I know where he's got it from because it isn't anywhere in the news. Yeah, look at him smiling. So, and also we talked about Garcia. Did the news conference, was he backtracking? Was he not? Was he covering his backside? We'll have to wait and see. Guys, thank you to Tom, who is having, I'm going to say he's been absolutely brilliant for someone who's a young lad and is showing a lot of matureness right now. So all the best to you, Tom. Thank you for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, everybody, in the comments for the nice comments earlier. My granddad would love to see all those nice comments about him. So, yeah, thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome. And Tom will be back next week, I promise. Alan, this is your last time on the channel, champ. How are you feeling? I'm only joking. See his face.
You wish. Oh, dear me. Do you know what, everyone? He would absolutely love that to be my final time. But unfortunately, I'll be back.
Yeah, what a shame. Give it his guys, because I can do this. Bye-bye. And just removing like that, bit like magic. And then remove it, and then I bring him back. But guys, thank you so much. Last few comments, and then we're going to go. Messi by Monday, I really hope so. Chris and Lip, bye guys. Ellen, no, both pairs will together create a standoff. I hope it doesn't be a standoff. I really don't. Great to see you back, Tom says Sayona Beach.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Alex MCFC, farewell, Alan.
See you guys.
Chris, take care, Tom. Stay strong, mate. Well done, Tom, from Sean. SAC1983, well done, Tom. Iona Beach, bye-bye, Alan. Mank Mac, respect, Tom. One shot your dick on your granddad would be proud, Tom. Yes, he would.
Yeah, he would.
Such a grown-up person for a young chap. Thank you, Martin Allen, the mighty Tom. Much love. The mighty Tom. Whoa. Stop that.
The mighty Tom. I don't mind that.
Bye-bye, guys. See you when Messi signs. Yeah. We hope so. Cheers, guys. Kamal. Look out for Kamal in a couple of weeks on a brand new show. Guys, please hit that like button. Please share it with your friends, your loved ones, your family. Make sure your notifications are set to public. Please hit that subscribe button. We are absolutely racing towards 15k. We might even be looking at 16k by the start of the season. Why not? Messi signs. Definitely, why not? But guys, thank you so much. Tomorrow could be a very, very important day in the race for Lionel Messi. Will Messi Senior sort this out, or will Barcelona get their way and get Messi to sign a new contract? We'll have to wait and see. Guys, have a great evening. See you at some point tomorrow. Just to double check, FIFA will be back by the end of the week, I promise you. So sit back, relax, get your popcorn. It will be a laugh, believe me. Guys, have a great evening. Take care. And as always, up the Blues.